What's up guys, how's it going? Now today I'm going to show you guys how to fix your AirPods Max that's making a rattling noise. There's two possible ways of how this rattling noise could be caused by, but first let me show you guys what I'm talking about. If you hear that rattling noise, there could be many different reasons why, but the two main reasons will be that one, the previous owner has dropped their AirPods Maxes and something inside the headphones has broken off and started to rattle. Or two, most likely the case is that somebody overscrewed one of the screws inside the AirPods Max. And let me show you how this is possible. If you take off the ear cups here, as you're seeing here, there are 4 screws that has this separate plate attached to. Now, some people don't know what some people don't know is that you can't just screw the screw on the left side or counterclockwise to loosen it up and take it out. You can't do that. These screws are not supposed to come out. They're supposed to stay where it is. These type of screws, your MacBooks most likely have them. For the bottom plate, the type of screwdriver that you need is a P5 pendulum screwdriver. So right now, the one thing I did wrong was that I overscrewed one of the screws here. This is the screw that keeps on turning and it does not tighten up at all, because as you can see here, if I try to put it inside here and I try to screw it, it just keeps on screwing it. It doesn't stop. I must have overscrewed it and broke something from the bottom. Now before we start, as you can see, I did already open this before, but I'm going back in the video to let you guys know that these screws have to be turned a specific way. Not every single one of them has to be turned the counterclockwise or clockwise. So basically I drew the ways you're supposed to open and close these. And as you can see here, for this screw, in order to open it, you have to turn it clockwise, which is to the right. To open it, to have the notch here setting aside so that you can open the lid. And for the bottom one, to open it, you have to turn it counterclockwise, which is the opposite way, and that is the left way, in order for the notch to get out the way. And for this side, to open it, you have to turn it clockwise to the right. Now turn the screw clockwise until you feel that the screw doesn't turn anymore and you feel some resistance. So let me start doing it right now so that I can show you guys. Turning, and stop. As you can see there, I turned all the way clockwise. I felt some resistance and it stopped. That means that the notch is 100% opened and that the notch that sticks out is out of the way. Now once all screws are turning the right way, then you can start by taking off the plate. But the problem with that is that this plate has adhesive around the corners, so you can't just take it out by using a screwdriver or a spludger. You're gonna have to heat this up in order to loosen the glue that's around this plate right here. So you are gonna need a heat gun for this, or a hair dryer. Now the next thing you're going to need is a spudger. Here I got this very thin spudger that I can use to reach in between these cracks over here to take off this plate. This is another triangle spudger here. This spudger is very thin, just like this other plastic one, but I don't know if the plastic is gonna be strong enough to take off this metal plate. I also do have even a slimmer spudger that's made up of metal. I don't know if I want to use this yet. I don't want to scratch this part right over here. Alright, now when you're heating up this part, I would suggest to block off this air cup out of the way, because you don't want to heat this one too. So one thing you could do is get a sock and wrap it right over the opposite air cup. Now when you start heating up the side, you want to go in a circular motion. Don't stop at one spot at one time. Just keep on going around. One thing is not to overheat it, because yet again, the little speakers inside here, it's kind of bad for the heat if you heat it up too much. So try to aim the heat gun towards the edges instead of the middle when if possible. Now after 1 or 2 minutes, the inside of this, it's not really too hot, but the outside, it's pretty hot. So let me see if the adhesive has loosened up from the sides. Let me use the metal one here because the plastic ones are starting to strip down. There we go. As you can see, it's starting to fit right in. Yeah, this thing is too hard now. Let me heat it up a tad bit more. Yeah, this is not gonna be a pretty repair because I'm having to use a good amount of force trying to slip in this spudger inside this top piece. But as you can see there, it's getting in there. It's just that most of the edges right here, they're not really scratching, but I am scraping it at the corners and sides. So hopefully that doesn't get any worse. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me heat it another time. As you can see there, it's slicing a bit more easily now. Okay. I'm assuming most of the glue has been loosened up already. I mean, it's definitely coming off, but it's pretty difficult. There we go. There we go. Spudger. Man, that was pretty difficult. Once finally taking off the top, note to self, there's a sensor right here which has a ribbon cable attached to it. So as you can see there, when you are slicing this, try not to slice it too deep from this side of the ear cups where the sensor is located at. But I'm pretty sure I don't have to take off this sensor right here, the ribbon cable. I don't have to take that off. Let me see if I could open it from the other side here. Now, as you can see, there's still some adhesive attached to here. Alright, there we go. So you could take off this top piece without taking off the ribbon cables right over here. Alright, so this is the bottom side of the headphones. As you can see here, these are the latches that I'm talking about here. But the bright side about this is that the adhesive that's on the side, it's only a very thin piece of adhesive. It's not like 2 centimeters thick or wide. This is the screw that keeps on turning and turning without stopping. This is the screw that broke off. And let me see if I could find it here, because this is the screw that gave me all of this rattling noise. Okay, let me try to very carefully without ripping the ribbon cable here. Let me, it's attached to this. I can't. Let's see. You know what? Oh, I see it. Man, I am completely blind. The rattling noise, it's not inside here. And I'm assuming some of you must have saw this already. It's not inside, but it's on the other side right here. This is the what's making the rattling noise. This little piece right here. This is what was attached to this screw. I don't think I'm gonna attach this to the screw no more, because I'm pretty sure that this is broken off and you can't reattach it, because it's gonna come off right back again. Okay, now for this part, I'm gonna try to put this screw back where it belongs, because it does stay inside the threads for this clip. So let me try to unscrew this back up. Let me put the screw back. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the gasket sticks right inside the hole and it stays like that. Alright, so I finally, without removing the ribbon cable, I ended up screwing in the clip right here. It was pretty difficult to do with just without having to take off the whole entire top plate. From here, all I have to do is just screw the clip here from the other side. As you can see there, it's pretty much clipped on. I need to clip it on tighter actually because it's a bit loose right now. I'm tightening it to the right, and right here I feel resistance, meaning that it should be tight. Let me check. Yeah, as you can see there, this part here is 100% very tight. It's not loose anymore. It's pretty much good to go to use from the other side to clip on and clip off on the headphones itself. Yeah, this piece right here is a bit too loose. As you can see that, compared to the other ones, this one's very stiff. This one's stiff as well. This one's loose. Now, I don't know if this one's gonna come off anytime soon. Alright, now for this screw that was loose, one thing I decided to do to make it a tad bit more tighter is to actually tighten this up going clockwise, so to the right to make it tight. Once you tighten this up, that means that this part of the clip, it's already screwed in. It's already screwed in with the screw already, and it's tight enough. All right, so let me just take off all the adhesive from the corners and the sides. So there is some adhesive right here on top. Oh, this whole thing just takes right off. And this one right here. Okay, so I do have some adhesive right here that I have, and hopefully this is good enough to stick on the edges of these headphones. Alright, so I tried my best to cut this adhesive in half so that the small strip will be able to fit on the surface where this top piece will lay down at. I tried my best to do it. I can't do it perfectly because of the camera. It's literally right in front of the ear cup here. So most of it I did cover it with the tape, with the adhesive strip all around the corners and the edges of this. So now there isn't So I accidentally touched this stereo material, and even with a light touch, look how much it dented it. So if you do this, do not touch this part because it dents very easily. So I got everything that I got the piece that was making the rattling noise. Now before we close the lid, make sure that all 4 clips are facing each other so that none of them are going to be sticking out when you close the lid with the headphones, because if one of them are sticking out, it's not going to close all the way. And here's a quick video on how to do that. Every single one of these clips are clear and ready to put the top lid to the headphones itself. And I've previously put this adhesive on. I decided to go back in the video and add this new footage in so that you guys could see how to add this clip on the back side of this lid, which I did. In the previous adhesive that I added on, I decided just to leave it on because it does cover most of the outer area of this perimeter. So let me start by putting this lid back. Once the adhesive is on there, you can start by making sure the ribbon cable has been folded up the way it should be, having the top part connect first. Then once it's connected, once it's all the way to the edge, then you want to start by snapping in the other piece. Okay, make sure that adhesive is sticking through the other side. Just basically go all around the headphone. Pretty much are good to go. Okay, now keep in mind all 4 screws are currently open like I have in my drawing, and to close them up, all I have to do for this screw, I have to turn this one clockwise. So let me do that right now. Turn it clockwise, meaning to the right. Turn it 1. That's it. It's tight. There's resistance. It means that the clip has clipped onto the other side of the headphones, which is right here. Now for this side, to close it, I do counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is to the left. Let me turn it right here. 1 turn, 2 turns, and that's good to go. Now for the bottom left one, to close it, it's counterclockwise. Again, to the left, 1 turn, 2 turns, and that's it. I feel resistance. That means the clip has clipped onto the other side. Now for the bottom right, to close it is clockwise, meaning to the right. So let me turn it 1 turn. It's pretty much it. It's only 1 turn. So everything is pretty much good to go from here. And that's, I don't know about the right ear cup, if it's the same exact turns with the screws, but for the left one, that's what they are for me. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and keep in mind, if your AirPod Maxes are rattling like that, there's a good chance that the plastic clip from the screw itself has been loose and the threads has been stripped and it's rattling around the AirPod Max. And if you enjoyed this video or found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.